All right, so the next one we are talking about. A lot of you, when you see my post when I talk about wealth attraction, do this ritual for you to get things done for you. And the next thing I see comments like, forget that thing, not the work. As long as you go school, you know what you are doing. And then you add perseverance. You know the technical know-how. You will be rich. You will definitely be successful. The question here is this: how do I tell my son, who was the year 2014, had over 8 billion naira in his account, and after he got married, are you telling me it was the wife that ate the whole 7 to 8 billion naira in less than a year? No. After the marriage, 6 months later, he entered into a venture whereby he had to bring 2 billion. Till today, he's waiting for the people. He has not seen the people. No wahala. 2 billion I've lost. We can still start on something. He started investing in businesses, in real estate that were not genuine. That he would go to the court, and before even stepping into the court, he will receive a call of threats. If you continue with this case, your own is finished. I don't need to mention him, but he is watching me, and he can what? Testify. He had beautiful ideas in the tech that could bring about technology. I'm talking about somebody who brought out a technology even before OPay came to Nigeria. I'm talking about somebody who drew out the map for digital banking in Nigeria. Today, there's nothing to say. Why? Because he thought this is the right way. Are you telling me somebody who is able to make 8 billion today does not have 1 million in his account? Do I need to talk about another of my son here in Lekki? He was doing very well. This man have friends that are billionaire. But before this man married, all the friends was around. They were all making money together. Business was doing well. The moment he married, guess what happened? Today, as I'm talking to you, after doing consultation for this man, I told this man, your wife is using your destiny. He's using your star. He agreed. We did 1 or 2 rituals. And I said, this ritual will only help you acquire wealth. But listen, the wealth will not come to you. The wealth will come to your wife until you divorce her. And he said, let's see how things go. 1 year passed, 2 years passed. Guess what? It was the woman that ended up saying, I am no longer interested. At a state when this man can no longer take a reverse, I have to tell my wife, what should we do? Say, go and do work. I am going to do ritual on this man's head. I've been doing it for the past 3 months. He's not even aware. I did not tell him. And when I wanted to see this man, the spirit said, you can't see this man now. The woman still hold this man's this thing in his hand until the bride price is returned. He said the day the bride price is returned, even if na blood you share, he said, even if na a name you call on Ajeoloku and you blow water for his head, he said in less than 3 months, those friends will come back and this man will count nothing less than 2 billion in less than 12 months. Follow me argue. You will understand why someone brought an idea and sold it for $100. And that idea has made another person that bought it billionaires in this world today. Are you telling me that the programmer of Paystack did not have classmates in school? Are you telling me the programmer, the owner of Flutterwave, did not graduate from the same university with other people? Okay. You are telling me that Peter Obi does not have brothers and sisters and friends that finished from the same school together? Let me tell you. I have a boss that is the same friend the same school, the same university with the owner and chairman of UAC Nigeria. The owner and chairman of UAC Nigeria is a billionaire. This person is not even up to his wealth. He has his own money. He is a billionaire in his own right. But why is UAC at up and is below? That is because there are factors that can affect a man and reduce the growth of a man. And a man may not be able to get to where he's supposed to be. This man I'm talking of, he is doing well. In fact, he is a senior advocate of Nigeria as I am talking to you now. But do you know where the turnaround happened? I was a student under this man, and this man told me how he suffered in Lagos. Different spiritual work he had done, but nothing happened. But a day something happened. The right connection happened. Took this man to where he was supposed to be, and the deal is done. Today, he is what he is today. If you think spirituality is nothing, let me tell you that when I was in a harbor, my spiritual father told me, somebody has decided in her life, you will never grow. You will never make it. I will not call her name, but do this for the next 7 days. You will see what will happen. In the next 7 days, guess what happened? I was in the dream. I will do a video about dreams so you will understand when dream is spiritual or when it's physical or when it's just a play of your mind or psychology. In this dream, I walked into the compound of this woman. A very big stuff was coming down. Listen, I was outside the compound. Inside the compound was my destiny and my star to make it. Even as young as 16 years, 17 years, and 18 years, I was a personal assistant on media and publicity and ICT to late Chief Chigwe of Chigwe Cycle Agent. You can go to Kwale and ask. Both of us have driven to Ajib Oil Company. Okpae, is it Okpae? Yes, that should be Okpae gas plant, Kwale, if I am not mistaken. I worked for him. In fact, the first high-quality digital camera I used came from the United Kingdom, purchased by him. I was so smart and open. Victor Ojadowa of Church of Christ is a witness to my life. My uncle, Stephen Osiobe, is a witness to my life that I'm a very smart person. All my classmates, starting from Goodluck, Onuyobarakbo, Sunday Alakba, all of you are my classmates. You can testify that in secondary school, I may not have collected first, but in computer, when computer came, that they brought from Fort Worth, Dallas, donation by Isoko communities in Fort Worth, Dallas, nobody taught me computer. I was the best in computer in my class. To the extent that my teacher in computer class and the science class, chemistry, were dragging who should be computer prefect or science prefect. Goodluck Onoibarabo was made computer prefect. I was a science prefect of Iyede Secondary Commercial School, Iyede. I was so intelligent. I was the only valid candidate that my English teacher approved to represent Iyede Secondary Commercial School in essay and debates. This was how elaborate I was, how versatile in the affairs of academy. My path for greatness was already paved. My path for greatness was already paved. But get something. There was something that was holding me. And that thing was from my mother's side. I don't need to hide it. I will grow, I will come down. What is it? I was almost burned to ashes along Okumagba Avenue, Okumagba Road, very close to Short Success International School. I was living with my father at number 3, 80th Street, not by Jiri, by Ogborikoko Road, Okumagba Avenue. That was where I stayed that day. My father had gone to work because then he was working in Ajib Oil Company. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I was to go to Short Success International School, Victor Votuvoven School. There was a cyber cafe below. This was 2007. I had my flash drive on my neck then. If you don't have a flash drive hanging on your neck, you are nobody. I had my floppy disk on me. Good. I had a flash drive of 8 gig, if I'm not mistaken. 8 gig was a flash drive. While I was walking to Short Success International School, you know what happened? Something spoke into me. Enter inside this shop where they sell flash drive and the rest of. And I went to price. After pricing, I took one and I put it in my pocket. I stole it. I was about going. I was already entering Avenue, turning to enter and start going. The boy called me back. Before I saw, boys don't plenty. Wetin happen? May they put tire for the neck, may they burner at Okumagba. That period, the moment, even if na Gary you thief, your own don't finish. They sat me, put tire on me, put fuel, and I shouted, please, can I talk to my mother first before you can burn me to ashes? Nobody know this story. This story, I think my wife, I've told my wife, my mother is aware of this story. And I called my mother's number. My mother's number started with 08063. My mother can see, if he sees this, that's the same number my mother is still using till today. And I called my mother. I said, Mommy, me 2G, I stole flash drive. My mother said, flash drive. I said, I get. I don't know what he pushed me. I thief flash drive. That would have been the day my life had ended. And someone will tell me today that when you are chosen, anything can stop you. Nothing. This was a period of my life whereby the only prayer I know how to pray when I go to church is, God, give me wisdom and understanding. I read the story of Solomon whereby there was a great man who lived and asked for just knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and everything was given to him. And that was what I wanted. I was not pursuing money. Money was not the problem. It was knowledge and understanding. And then I called my mom. Look at what is happening. They want to kill me. No wahala. I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill destiny. I was young, I was smart. This was a period that I had already escaped death in Iyede, when Victor Ojadowa was my mentor. Ojadowa was one of the people that introduced me to the computers before I became very good on it. And my mother screamed on the phone. And he said, on the phone, he used one word. If you can come out of this, then I will serve God. I didn't know the prayer she prayed, but according to the story, my mother said he knelt down. My mother was still building the house he was in the middle, and workers were there. He raised his hand up and screamed, my father, if you can save this boy, I will serve you. But guess what? It was not my mother's prayer that worked. Despite the fact that my mother said it was her prayer that saved me, it was not my mother's prayer that saved me. It was Uzih that saved me. While it was going on, they took the phone from me and I sat there. And one young man walked in. It was as if the young man had powers in his mouth. And he said, Mona free him. If not pay, make it pay. And finally my father came and he told my father, they have been stealing in that place. Because we caught your son, you will pay what have been stolen. My father then paid 120 something thousand to free me. And from there, I didn't even stay Warri up to 2 weeks. I was then the coordinator. I was the evangelical coordinator to Agape First Ministry. I don't know if Agape First Ministry is still on. Agape First Ministry. Church of God Mission, Ejire Provincial Headquarters. I'm talking about this time of my life was the period I met Efe Odiete, when my father also maltreated me, yes, and I left home for more than 2 weeks. I was in the street of Okomagba eating. I will walk into kitchen in the middle of the night and I will steal fish to eat, steal pure water to eat. I was begging. That was when I met Efe Odiete. Efe Odiete look at me. Why are you lame? I said, I have not been home. He bought me gala and coke. I will never forget. He said, there is nothing I can give you. Go back to your father. Even if not kill, make it kill you. There is one thing Efe told me I will never forget. You are a great destiny. You will not die until you fulfill destiny. I still hold that thing to me till today. It has become one of the incantations I say to my children. You will not die until you are rich and you fulfill destiny. Man, the story is becoming long. But to cut the story short, an opportunity for me to run from my father's house and go and meet my mother. A GRA International Agape First Ministry International Convention was to hold in Benin. And I registered. And we entered bus and we went. From there, I moved to my mother's house. I started staying with my mom, which led to me doing my WAEC, everything. And I gained admission into Nnamdi Azikiwe University, where I studied applied biochemistry. I wasn't even serious because my mind was already glued to computer. I was already making money. While in Oka, I worked for Right Honorable Uche Ekwenife. She must have forgotten, but I can remind her. Her number is still on my phone. Her direct number is still on my phone. Right Honorable Uche Ekwenife. I worked for her. I did for some work for late Dora Akinyuli. I worked for Prince, the man that owns something magazine. I worked for him. I worked for Cyril. Is it Cyril? Yes. When he was working for the deputy governor of Anambra State. I worked for Stella Igbokwe. I worked with her and I started working with her. I started working for Right Honorable Adanyoma Oyemaishi. I worked for Adanyoma. From Adanyoma, in fact, no, it was Victor Oche, which my connection came from Honorable Uke Mosu. Victor Oche. From Victor Oche, I was transferred to Adanyoma, then of which I was now working for the barrister, Right Honorable Barrister Peter Mrakbo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. I worked for her and the rest of. Then Stella Igbokwe was a member of APPGN. Is it APP or is it All Alliance? You know that Anambra political party. Then under Peter Obi, I think that was he ran for office. Yes, I was working. All of these happened because there is where I am going. Imagine that I was not picked by my ancestors to do what I did now. This is how my destiny would have been cut short. And you ask yourself, do you know how many people that are in the grave today that could not fulfill destiny? You are watching me. You are calling me a scam. You're calling me I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Now you have heard me. Now, is that not this story now? Is that not a proof that you are going somewhere? Do you think the suffering you are finding yourself now, where you are now, is where your ancestors want you to be? What are you talking about? I was previously married. It was not a good story. Not that my ex-wife was bad, but life was worse for me. I begged. My boy who worked for me, I lived under his roof. In fact, every time we talk about it, it moves me to tears because the boy said one day I was passing that place. I said, so me, I stay here. I'm talking about Baby Man. You can look him up. He's the voice behind the watered music you hear, Baby Man. Yes. Is it when I moved back to Lagos? When marriage didn't work, I suffered. I worked for Oduma, Akbam and Oduma. You know Oduma, Soko. I worked for him for about 3 to 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. Who else? After I left him, I was squatting with one Urobo boy that I was meant to sweep. I was meant to assist in cooking. Today, the story has changed. Embrace spirituality. If you don't know how to, chat me up. In fact, because of this video, I will reduce my spiritual consultation from 200,000 to 150,000 for the next 1 month. Chat me up. I know the money is big. Please chat me up. Pay for consultation. Let me go to the beach and find out what is wrong. Yes, find out what is wrong. Then you will know what you are facing. The things that falls on a man is much. Your family, your friends, the streets, the ancestors, your destiny, your star. There are some. See, I'm giving example of men. Should I tell you of women who are in marriage today, that the only escape route for them to see life and enjoy the best of life is what? It's a divorce. But can they divorce? They cannot. What will people say? They will say, maybe because I have a boyfriend, that's why I want to divorce. Stay there, and water will enter your eye. Men, let me tell you, I tell a lot of people, if you are a spiritual person, if you are not, come, let me give you a 2 bid. I have a lot of spiritual things I can give you. If you cannot even afford a 2 bid, let me fortify a jail local for you. Let me fortify a sea chef for you and put it in your house. After which, anybody when you meet, when they are around your life, when in destiny now to make your destiny go down, the person on his own go just run. Those your good friends will become your enemy. Then the spirit will start bringing people that will bring value to your life. Life is more than physical. Thank you. I mean, the ancient waters and the ancient spirit protect you. They provide for you. They shield you from the eyes of the angels, both humans, animals, and spirits. Ashe.